my beautiful visible, it's me, Queen Nightmare, and I'm sorry about my cousin in the last video, but, well, today I have a surprise. I am doing another Drarry Fanfiction. It's called Mistakes and Reasons by Clever Mess, and I love the name because I relate to it. And we're going to start with chapter 1, and it has 36 chapters that I know of, correct? Okay, 35 and an epilogue. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Harry found himself as an oar, and, wow, such a surprise, really. As an oar, with the girl he loved. They were seated in an Italian restaurant in Italy, in which he apparated to. Harry was holding her hand across the table and stroking it with his thumb. She was wearing a lovely black dress, as he was wearing a black suit. Genevera Molly Weasley. I love you with all my heart. Will you do me the pleasure of becoming my wife? Hold up. This is a Drarry one, right? I might have... No, it's Drarry. I thought I misread. Harry pulled an engagement ring out. It was a simple diamond ring with one big diamond in the middle, and two smaller ones on each side. Gasping, Ginny cupped her mouth and nodded. Of course I will marry you, she answered. Harry chuckled, smiling widely, and slipped the ring on. He leaned over and kissed her gently on the lips. I love you so much, Gin. I love you too, Harry. They disapparated back into their house in the wizarding world. They lived in a smallish house for the time being. It was decorated with how a Muggle house would be. Their family room was next to the kitchen and hall, and the hall led to 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. 13-year-old Teddy came rushing down the hall as soon as he heard them making noise in the kitchen. Ginny had gone to the bathroom before Teddy came out. So, what did she say? He asked Harry, who was now making tea in the kitchen. She said, yes, Teddy. Harry beamed, but Teddy frowned. It's Harry. His hair turning red, taking after his mother's ability. I'm so sorry, Ted, he emphasized, but she said yes. Oh, that's great. He sounded less than enthusiastic. I know you don't like her that much, but she could be your adoptive mom one day. Harry smiled and Ted's eyes widened. You'd adopt me? He asked. Well, of course. Harry ruffled his hair. I would love to. At this, Ted engulfed Harry into a hug. That would mean the world to me, Ted mumbled in Harry's chest. What would mean the world to you? Ginny asked, walking into the kitchen. If I could be in the wedding, Ted lied. Harry gave Ted an odd look of lying, but it had gone unnoticed by Ginny. Well, of course you will be. You are his godson, Ginny smiled. Well, awesome. Congrats, you two. I'm going to bed, Ted announced and walked out of the room. Ginny smiled and pecked Harry on the cheek. We'll have a nice wedding, Ginny said, intertwining her hand with Harry's. It'll be big, considering we know a lot of people. Harry laughed. The tea kettle went off and he dropped her hands. He walked over to the kettle and poured a mug for himself and Ginny. "When do you think we should get married?" she asked him as he handed her mug of tea. Well, it can't be too soon because work is really busy but don't worry, love. It'll be worth the wait." Harry smiled. The next morning, Harry was sitting at the kitchen counter as Ginny slept. He was enjoying his coffee when Ted came rushing into the house. "Hey, Harry, is it okay if my friend Scorpius comes by?" he asked. Is it okay with his parents?" Harry asked. "Yeah," Ted nodded. "All right, whenever is fine," Harry answered. Ted walked back over to the door and bellowed for the boy to come in. The two boys walked into the kitchen. Harry rolled his eyes. "You could have just told him he was here." "Told me he was here," Harry told Ted, causing the young boy to shrug. Harry studied the kid carefully as he stood in the kitchen. He was tall, a brunette, with gray and bluish eyes. They reminded Harry of someone, but he couldn't place it. "Well, Scorpius, welcome to our home. I'm Harry," Harry smiled. "Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me over." Scorpius smiled. Are you Harry Potter?" he asked, and Harry laughed. "That's me." "Well, it's better to meet you then. I've heard a lot about you." Scorpius laughed, causing Harry to smile. "Well, we're gonna be in the front yard, not doing anything suspicious." Ted sniggered, pulling Scorpius away and back out the door. "Just be careful," Harry called after them. A few moments later, Ginny walked into the room, greeting Harry with a kiss on his head. Okay. That's what you do to like a sibling or not a lover. Do you do that to a lover, like a kiss on the head, like you do to a kid or a child? Maybe you do, I don't know. Hold it. Gotta have some orange juice. I have to get my vitamins in because I don't go outside. "Morning, Harry. Did you sleep well?" she asked. "I did. How about you, my dear?" Harry asked. Before she answered, a loud boom shook their house. Scorpio was just strolled in without Ted. Then Ted followed behind. "What was that?" Harry asked. "It was nothing," Ted said. "Who are you?" Jenny asked Scorpius. "Oh, my name is Scorpius. I'm Ted's friend." Scorpius smiled. "Oh, that's nice to meet you." Ginny smiled. "So, Scorpius, are you going into your 3rd year as well?" Harry asked. "Yup. Can't wait. Summer is almost over, though, yeah, so that sucks," Scorpius said. "Harry, honey, I'm going to take a shower," Ginny cut in. Harry nodded and kissed her on the cheek as she walked out of the kitchen. "So, are you a Gryffindor like Ted?" Harry questioned, restarting the conversation he was having. "Yeah, my father wasn't too happy," Scorpius laughed. "He wanted me to be a Slytherin." Harry chuckled. What about your mom?" Harry asked. "Oh, I don't know my mom, sir. It's just my father," Scorpius explained sadly. "Oh, I'm so sorry." "It's all good," Scorpius replied. Harry smiled at the lad. He had a lot of manners, and he was very polite. We're gonna go back outside. Sorry. We're gonna go back outside, Ted told Harry, before pulling Scorpius with him. Harry just shook his head, smiling before getting ready for the day. Harry relaxed the entire Saturday. Also got some work done. Ginny was... What? Flitting? Do they mean like flying? Here and there. She wanted to discuss things for the wedding, but Harry was too busy to discuss any details. Sweetheart, we just got engaged last night. Enjoy the moment, Harry told her. They were getting ready for dinner. But Harry, details are important, Ginny said. I told you there is plenty of time to do that. Plus, we can't get married right away. Ginny just frowned, but Harry planted a kiss on her lips. Scorpius and Ted came out of Ted's room. Harry, is it okay if Scorpius stays the night? As long as it's okay with his dad, Harry answered. Ginny raised an eyebrow, but Harry didn't care. He didn't ask her. Okay, great, Ted answered. It's dinner time anyway. It's dinner time anyway, Harry told them, then turned to the guest. Scorpius, do you have any allergies? No, sir, Scorpius responded. He took a seat at the table next to Ted. Harry served roasted chicken and veggies. So when did you two start? I don't know if I have the coronavirus or I'm just dying on the inside, but it might be the second one because that's just true. I'm keeping this right on my tummy. So when did you two start being friends? Ginny asked. Last year, actually, Ted answered. I accidentally sat next to him in the Great Hall, and he laughed when I shaped my face into a beak. How do you accidentally sit next to someone? Well, he had longer hair last year. He looked like a chick from behind. Wow, such a ladies' man. Ted shrugged and Scorpius chuckled. Anyway, he laughed and he started talking and hanging out. That's sweet. Ginny smiled and Ted just smirked. The rest of the dinner conversation surrounded Harry getting to know Scorpius or how Ginny's day was. Once they finished, the two boys retired to Ted's room. Is that Harry's wife? Scorpius asked as he sprawled out on Ted's bed. Ted just stood near his bed. No, they're engaged, Ted answered.
Tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
Dad's going to Duran to help Brian fix sink at Pastor Grace's.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Buddy in and I'm going to run and get some groceries.
Good.
And we got to be into Pastor Grace's at 9.
Good.
So I'll leave here about like 8:30.
Okay.
Okay. So I need you to get Ella up and get her dressed for me.
You
about
got it.
9.
At
Okay.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
You got
And
it.
I'll get her some clothes laid out here for tomorrow. So.
Okay.
She can wear this tomorrow.
Got it.
I'll wake you up before I leave.
You got it.
Okay, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Night.
Night. Sorry about that. That was my grandma. They were trying to help a friend of theirs. Because her sink's broken, and they don't live far from us, so it's fine. I don't think it'll last, though. Why not? There's something about her that gives me the wrong vibe, Ted confessed, causing Scorpius to just shrug. Though there was a knock on the door, so Ted sighed. Come in, Ted called, and Harry walked in. I take it you're sleeping over then? Harry inquired. Yes, sir, but, when my father comes to pick me up, he wants to meet you, Scorpius said, like he does with all my friends' parents. Cool, that sounds fine to me, Harry nodded. Thank you, Scorpius. Oh, wait. Thank you, Scorpius smiled. Of course. Sleep well. Harry bid them a good night and closed the door. The next morning, Ginny was gone to visit her parents all day, so Harry was at home making breakfast for the two boys, who groggily walked out of Ted's room. Good morning, Harry piped. Morning, they said in unison. They sat at the counter, and Harry gave them pancakes. Thank you for letting me stay. Cinnamon, I'm dying. Help me. Cinnamon always sleeps at the end of my bed, but at night she just watches, make sure that Jet doesn't come into my room. She'll hiss at him all night. So that's how my night goes. Thank you for letting me stay here last night, sir, Scorpius said. You can call me Harry. Harry chuckled. But you're welcome, and you're free to come by any time, Harry said. There's a knock at the door. That's my dad, Scorpius said. All right. Harry walked out of the kitchen to the door. He swung it open, and it revealed a familiar face. Malfoy? Potter? Okay, guys, I'm going to stop it here. That was part, or shall I say, chapter 1 of the series. Okay, guys, I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.
I wish to create a perfect human being.